A lot of people were thinking it's boring, but they didn't realize there was a skill on the ground, but nobody seen it and it looked boring. But when you got up, so they were paying some of the fighters to stop the opponent standing instead of going to the ground.
Well, there's a lot of promoters that definitely encourage fighters to not go to the ground.
Yeah.
And discourage them when they did go to the ground because they knew they could take a guy down and just hold him down and beat him up a little bit and win. And the promoters, it's like, we're not interested in you, which I think is not fair because it's all about fighting. And if a guy can hold you down, you have to figure out how to get up. And if otherwise, we're pretending. We're pretending these techniques work. Because if a guy is like a world-class wrestler, some Division I All-American, and he takes you down, holds you down, you got to figure out how to handle that. Otherwise, we're lying. Because the sport is about combat. It's about fighting. It's the sport of fighting. Fighting is a man that can hold you down. If he could hold you down and beat you up, why is the referee standing you up? Why is the referee giving you an opportunity to fight back? You have to figure out how to get up. You have to figure out either how to submit him off your back, sweep him, or stand up. Those are the options. A referee standing you up because the crowd's booing? That's crazy.
You know, that's really true, though. It's I think that the crowd, you know, they want to see action, and they can't see it on the ground. But they don't realize there's a lot of action going on the ground.
There's a lot of action,
but they don't see that. They want to see, you know, it's almost like everybody at a car race. They want to see the racing, but they want to see a car crash. You know, and I don't understand it, but they want to see the car crash.
They want to see something happen.
Yeah.
They want to get excited. That's casuals. You know, the casuals are the ones that boo when the fight goes to the ground. Yeah. You can't change the rules for the casuals.
True.
You know, but that's the problem when business gets involved in sport.
Yes.
You know, you start altering the rules to make it more business friendly, which I don't agree with. I just don't think that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, when you're talking about warriors,
right.
You're talking about training samurais.
Yes.
They're trained to actually get in there and do their job and back away.
Yeah.
But again, you know, right now a lot of the promoters are looking at how can I fill my seats.
Yes.
How, you know, they don't care about the fighting. They care about how can I bring. Okay, he's popular. He'll bring more people in the seats.
Yes.
And that's all they're looking at.
Well, it was my job in the early days of the UFC when it first got on television to explain to people what's going on when it hits the ground. So it was my job, you know, back in, I started working for the UFC in 2001. Well, I started in 97, then I started again in 2001. And very few people, other than martial artists, understood jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. You know, I had been training at Carlson Gracie's, and then by the time 98 came around, I was training at Jean-Jacques Machado. So I was training every day. So I knew jiu-jitsu, and so I had to explain it like I was sitting next to my girlfriend. Like, okay, what he's going to do now, he's going to throw his right leg over the side of his neck, and he's going to trap that arm. Okay, now he's fucked. Now he's in trouble. Now he's going to hook that leg under his ankle. He's got the triangle. He got the triangle. And I had to get people excited about it, like I was excited about it, but also kind of talk them through it because they didn't know what was happening. Right. You had to explain, like, why are his legs wrapped around that guy's neck? This looks gay. Like, what the hell is going on? You know, like, what is this? Yeah. And you realize, like, no, he's cutting off the blood to his brain with his legs. And they're like, whoa, that's nuts. And you're like, right? Mm-hmm. That's what Mel Gibson did to Gary Busey in Lethal Weapon. They're like, that's crazy. It works. Like, yeah, that's a real technique. He learned from Jorge and Gracie. And so the early days was a lot of it for me was about kind of explaining to me to people that are at home what was happening and talking them through it. Like that was the main part of my job once the fight got to the ground. Now everybody understands. Now everybody knows what a chokehold is. Everybody knows what a arm bar is. Everybody knows. So now it's just about explaining whether or not he's in danger or he's free, where the elbow is, where the knee is. And it's just kind of letting people know like whether or not he's okay or not. But they know what's going on now.
Even though they know what's going on the ground, they still want to see him get up. You hear the crowd, get up, you know.
There's nothing like a knockout. You know, and there's nothing like a head kick knockout. Head kick knockout is the ultimate. When someone lands a head kick knockout, like Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman, he's losing the fight, 5th round, boom, head kick. You see Kamaru go down, like, bah! The crowd in Salt Lake City goes nuts. That is the ultimate expression of martial arts, is the kick, right? And a head kick that scores a knockout, like... That's a Bruce Lee movie, you know?
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's what everybody wants to see. They want to see it in real life against a trained, skilled opponent. I get that.
That's the car crash.
Yeah, that's the car. It's the skillful car crash.
But exactly.
Yeah.
All of it is skillful, but the more they know about it, the more they understand the skill it takes to get there.